So hello guys, and it's me again. In today's video I would like to give a little hint on how me as a Cancer, me as a water element, me as a Pisces in the third house, I'm giving you a suggestion how you can use your emotions to your advantage in your own personal life and shit like that, So how I would start is that, to be honest, depending on your emotions, you can actually paint your whole surroundings, like you can actually use because water to some degree it holds memory, right? And with that kind of, let's say, memory that you have in a specific type of water, in a specific type of emotion, you can use to your advantage and spill it into different areas or have it with you in the moments when you are not physically being in that space, which initiates that type of specific water, and shit like that. So a good example would be, for example, because I played with it, right? I played with it a little bit, and it actually low-key works. That, for example, let's say you want to get to that comfortable space. Let's say you're out, right? You're out somewhere like in the metro, in the subway. You're driving home or you're driving to work, and at one point you want to, I'm going the right direction. And at one point you want to get that comfortable feeling, right? And I would say you have to remember some parts of you, like some memories, go into some memories of you getting being in that comfortable state, right? And then to some degree track the emotional part, the emotional feeling which you get from that specific situation or place and shit like that, So for example, in my case, that would be me trying to remember the feeling itself, not the image, what's in front of my eyes, but the feeling itself. Because like to some degree, everything what happens in your life, you see it with your eyes. I mean, like with your senses, you observe it with your senses, but you also this observation of your senses or something like that. It gives you. I hope I didn't step into shit. No. So that observation, it gives you the opportunity to, you reflect on that observation, right? And that gives you some type of emotional reflection to what is being portrayed or is being experienced and stuff like that. Like a moon and sun type of aspect, where you have sun and you have the moon, which is a reflection of what is being shown and shit like that, right? So in my case, that would be one of the examples that I kind of played with, is like me just being somewhere on the street or something like that, and me getting that comfortable feeling, that comfortable emotion, that let's say that type of like senses which you actually sense with your physical body when you in that space. So for example, for me, that would be me sitting in my couch in my room, right? So I'm just sitting, let's say I'm just walking on the street or sitting in the metro, and I'm closing my eyes because so I will not get as much as distracted with my physical surroundings, right? And I will get more internally to the surroundings I need to go, because I may get lost in my physical surroundings, because for example, I'm not at my home in my couch, I'm now on the streets in the subway and shit like that, right? And all the physical representations will tell me that I'm not home and shit like that, right? So it's going to be difficult for me to get there to that home space if I'm using my other senses and stuff like that, right? So I'm closing my eyes and visualizing myself in my couch at my place, in my home, right? And I try to sensibly, let's say reclaim, I don't know the other word, like remind myself of how I was feeling sitting in that couch, type shit like that, me just sitting there and having this feeling, you know, even to some degree remembering the stuff that was touching me around me when I was sitting in that couch. So for example, the pillow that is on my couch, I remember when I'm sitting down, when I'm sitting down on my couch, like laying down and shit, I remember there's like a pillow next to my arm, and it gives some type of connection, you know, it gives some type of physical like sensation to my body, and I may remember that. So basically me just sitting there and remembering this place through an emotional low-key state, you know, just like closing my eyes and actually building the surrounding, but building the surrounding more through emotional state, you know, how I was actually feeling. And that's maybe how you can get to that emotional state that you want to be in, but you are not in currently, you know. And you can use it with any other shit, you know. So for example, let's look like how you use your emotions to your advantage and shit like that, right? So for example, you're going on the street and you're getting hella discomfort, hella distracted, not comfortable and shit like that. So you can low-key jump into that like remindedness of you being at your home, and through that emotion, because water holds memory, right? Through that emotion, kind of filling up your body with new type of emotions, you know, not being distracted and anxious and shit like that, but actually kind of being more now comfortable and shit like that. But it also plays a big part. Also plays how you can get in tune to that, right? Due to different other physical representations that may surround you at this moment, and like that, right? So not always it may be as easy for you to get to that comfortable space, because now you're actually participating with people and you cannot just like focus out from what's happening right now. You know, let's say you're sitting in the class and everybody is talking around and everybody's asking you questions and everybody's this and that, and that actually makes you hella anxious, like you get anxiety from that. But you cannot actually just close your eyes like that. I mean, like, you can do that, right? You can do that, like fuck everybody else. If you need your time for peace, you have to get your time for peace, which will be better for everybody else, steps like that, right? But yes, but maybe in this case it will be harder for you to actually sit down, close your eyes and get to that comfortable state that you're in, right? But yeah, so basically with those emotions you can actually play like that with any emotion, you know. It can be an emotion of anger and you're just remembering how that anger was before you went to the fight, or before you went to your studio, for you to use that angerness to your advantage and make a song out of it, right? You can remember through the emotion. You can remember kind of which type of ideas you were getting, right, from that emotion. Because I also have a video about me saying, depending on your vibe that you're in, the space that you're in, emotional state that you're in, such words may appear and shit like that, right? So for example, when you're angry, it will be easier for you to find like words, for you to use it as a crutch or something for your angerness. But for example, when you'll already cool down and shit like that, it will be hard for you to use the same words, because you're not angry anymore, you know. You may look at them like, did I actually have to say that and stuff like that? But at that point you were getting out the words from your emotional anger state, right? So at that point it was okay to say those words and shit like that, right? But now when you're cooled down, you're looking at it and you're like, maybe I didn't have to say that word, it was maybe too aggressive or something like that. But yeah, that's just like the different thing is. And yeah, I will have a part 2. I'll record it on my way back, because now I'm getting to the shop. Yeah, and I cannot talk in the shop. I can talk into the shop, but I have to also get distracted a little bit now. Ask the cashier to give me some cigarettes and shit like that. Yeah, but I'm gonna be back.